You feel safe when you speak, don't you? Like a warm room where thoughts become light and float away. But listen, and listen close, because that room has windows, and those words you release aren't evaporating. They're being kept. They're being turned into weapons. Right now, somewhere, someone is building a map of you out of sentences you let slip. I'm talking to the part of you that trusts the noise of the moment, the part that thinks a joke is harmless, a rant is catharsis, a promise is free. That part is being used. This is not doom-mongering. It's a quiet observation. Our language is currency, and we spend it without checking the balance. Plato said self-mastery precedes mastery of the world. Machiavelli taught that power lives in control of perception. Nietzsche warned the will wants more than we admit. Bonhoeffer lived the consequence of when to speak and when to stay silent. These thinkers differ, but they converge here. What you say shapes what you are and what you will become. In this video, I'll walk you through 10 traps that turn your own mouth into your executioner. They're ordinary, they're brutal, and once you see them, you'll never hear your own voice the same way. If you're ready, type this into the comments. My voice serves my future. Keep it, use it. Let it become the small thing that alters big decisions. The first trap is the rage revelation. Anger is a lie teller. When fury floods you, the brain's editor closes shop. All the grievances, the petty slights, the private humiliations, they pour out like acid. The person who set you off isn't your enemy in that moment. They're an interrogator. Once someone knows what flips your switch, they can press it whenever it suits them. The truth, rage feels powerful, but it makes you predictable. The powerful feel rage and then contain it. They let it teach them privately, not hand it to someone as ammo. Pause, breathe, let the moment pass before your mouth files evidence. The second trap is the victory parade. Wins make us loud. We want to tell the world how we won, how clever we were, what the secret was. But every strategy you narrate is a roadmap for the people who will overtake you tomorrow. Celebration is human. Explanation is generosity to competitors. Keep your method close. Celebrate quietly. Let results be the proof. Mystery is a kind of armor, and sometimes the difference between being imitated and being replaced. The third trap is the liquid confession. Alcohol doesn't create truth. It removes the locks. One glass can collapse years of discretion. We confess, flirt, explain, and forget. Others remember. Some people design environments to harvest those careless disclosures. Warmth, laughter, persistent clinking glasses. Your inebriated honesty becomes someone else's evidence. If stakes matter, if your life, work, family, or reputation could be affected, choose clarity over the easy comfort of spilled secrets. The fourth trap is the breaking point. Under pressure, masks fall. Deadlines, audits, humiliations. They expose the architecture of who we are. You might think telling a friend at 2 a.m. that you're failing is relief. Often it's a leak. The closest people have the sharpest access to your weak points. Stress is neutral. Your response isn't. Those who appear strong under fire don't lack fear. They have rehearsed responses. Practice steadiness. Save your confessions for contexts that won't weaponize them. The fifth trap is the sympathy extraction. Not all vulnerabilities are authentic. Some people perform need because it extracts secrets. They craft a sob story not to be helped, but to open you up. Your desire to rescue, to connect, to be the person who cares. These are exploitable. Genuine vulnerability is messy and inconvenient. Performed vulnerability is tidy and persuasive. Learn to feel for others without emptying your own reserves. Give support. Don't give your playbook. The sixth trap is the information exchange. Gossip is a market. Every rumor, every tiny confession is traded like a commodity. Some people hoard secrets and cash them in later. When you gossip, you reveal more about your trustworthiness than about the person you're discussing. Want power? Become the collector, not the seller. Speak less. Listen more. Information scarcity is influential. The seventh trap is the authority trap. When power humiliates you, the instinct is to defend, to argue, to prove. But many systems are tests of composure, not justice. Your defense can sound like entitlement. Your explanation can be the evidence of the weakness they suspected. The smarter move is strategic compliance, then undeniable performance. Let results be the rebuke you cannot win with words. Sometimes silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. The eighth trap is the revenge revelation. After betrayal, revenge through exposure feels righteous. You think revealing their secrets will fix the score. It rarely does. Instead, it brands you as someone who weaponizes intimacy. Future partners, employers, allies, they remember who burns confidences when hurt. Skewer the urge to reveal. Preserve your silence as a signal. You remain reliable even when wounded. That reputation will outlast any fleeting satisfaction. The ninth trap is the competence theater. Insecurity makes the mouth loud. We name drop, over-explain, interrupt, and perform expertise. But performance is transparent. True competence doesn't need to be announced. It is demonstrated. Louder the claim, the easier it is to bait and manipulate it. Let your work speak. When you feel small, do the thing that proves you aren't small. Quietly, steadily, and without applause. The 10th trap is the promise prison. Promises are seductive quick fixes. They buy immediate relief but create debt. Every unkept promise is a tiny crack in your credibility until trust collapses entirely. Strategic people underpromise and overdeliver. They build trust slowly, like architecture. Don't trade long-term reputation for short-term comfort. Be conservative with commitments and generous with execution. Here's the twist you probably didn't want to hear. Silence isn't inherently noble, nor is speech inherently harmful. The moral isn't to become mute. It's to become deliberate. Words are tools, not reflexes. Use them like instruments, with intention, care, and calibration. Machiavelli teaches the utility of perception. Plato urges inner governance. Nietzsche demands honesty about our drives. Bonhoeffer reminds us that silence can be moral or complicit. We don't need to become cold. We need to become mindful. Speak to build, not to boast. Pause to guard, not to fear. Choose the sentence that creates value and refuse the one that creates a file against you. So what now? Start with one small practice. Before you speak, especially under heat, under wine, under applause, or under pressure, count to 3. Ask, does this move my future forward, or does it give someone a map to hurt me? If it helps, use the anchor. My voice serves my future. Type it, repeat it, make it a ritual. Final uncomfortable thought. People who cannot govern their tongues rarely govern their fate. In a world where everything is recorded, remembered, and weaponized, the person who masters the art of deliberate silence and strategic speech will hold more sway than the loudest mouth in the room. Will you keep feeding the intelligence that could be used against you? Or will you steward your words like the scarce potent currency they are? Choose well. The life you build will be the echo of the sentences you kept.